Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning is coming out, and the director has some choice words here about fan service. I've got a couple Mission Impossible stories to go over here.
69.
Let me play this. It's Christopher McQuarrie, and it's queued up here with the quote. Let's take a look at this, see what he says.
Fan service and fandom is poison. It is deadly. It's great when applied like a very, very, very strong spice, very judiciously. If you happen to have seen the other movies, great.
Yeah.
I don't count on it, because what happens, the danger of that is I'm asking you to leave the narrative and remember another narrative and come back. Two things are certain to happen. One, if you know the movies, you've still left the narrative, and I have to spend precious energy bringing you back.
Yes.
I'm trying to immerse you in a story so that you're not aware the story is happening until it's over. Or you didn't see that other movie, and you're suddenly aware that everybody around you knows something you don't. And in either case, you've disrupted the narrative, you've broken the chain, and you do so at your peril. You can do that. That's fine. Just know that when you do that, you've broken a stream of consciousness that you've created from the very first frame of the movie, which is unavoidable. You're always going to have some disruption. I would say Maverick was as successful as it did because the disruptions to that chain are very, very, very minor, and you're almost instantly swept back into the narrative. You put that movie on, you watch it, and you're along for the ride, and you don't have to think about what's happening. It's not to say that I don't want you thinking. I just want you thinking about the movie after. I don't want you working to watch the movie. And you can feel that when you're watching certain films. You can feel the filmmaker's intention. You understand what they want you to feel, but you're not necessarily feeling it as much as you are putting it together in your head. You are in certain instances giving them a pass.
I see.
So that's the crux of it. I think it's a really a smart comment there.
I think
he's right.
He's absolutely right.
I agree with him.
A movie that comes to mind for me is like Tron Legacy, right? Tron Legacy, yeah, it's great if you saw the original Tron, but if you're watching Tron Legacy, it's almost like you don't have to have seen Tron to get what's going on in Tron Legacy.
I had not seen the original when I saw Tron Legacy, and I very much understood and got and loved it, and it was a father-son thing. I was saying, is this not ironic though? Because isn't Mission Impossible 8 nothing but fan service and callback? Remember Barry's holding the knife from the first movie?
Well, I'm hearing him say this, and it's ironic.
I know what he means, but
the movie refers to two specific scenes from previous MI films
that are important.
And
he replays them. Because he needs key jangling member berries, right?
But is he trying to service the fans? Like, is he doing that because he needs to service the fans of the Mission Impossible franchise? Is that like he's just inserting things there because he feels he needs to do it?
Well, no,
because he has to
like
do this fan service.
In the new movie, there's a reference to the White Rabbit. There's a reference to the White Rabbit.
The movie has a
one at a time, people.
One at a time.
Story. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that in the new movie, there's references to the past movies, and he brings up scenes from the past movies as reminders. But you didn't have to have seen those. You didn't even have to see the last movie to understand this movie. And I think that's his point. Is look, if you've not seen any of the movies, jump right into Final Reckoning.
Okay, gotcha.
But the thing is, contrast that to what we've been saying about Thunderbolts. The fact that you had to watch this movie, this show, and that show in order to understand who these characters are and why they're there.
Yeah. Or worse, when you're watching a Disney Plus Star Wars show where it's nothing but fan service, and it also reminds you of the better Star Wars that you should be watching as opposed to something like Ahsoka or Acolyte.
I think
that's actually the worst thing. Is it reminds you of the better stuff.
Yeah,
I think he's talking. Oh, sorry, Steph. Go ahead.
I think a lot of also like a lot of key jangling things. Your story, when it hinges on that, it really lacks in the narrative. So you become very lazy as a writer when you're really just hoping that fans are just like, oh, look at the key jangling. See, remember this, remember that. You become very lazy as a writer. So it's lazy writing as well.
And your dependency on someone else's work that is better than yours. I mean, never reference something that will make people think of a better product than what you're doing. Because it's really just kind of conveying that you don't deserve to be here.
I think he was really talking about other films, not his own. But the way it was done in Final Reckoning, he does, and the iconic moments he's pointing out.
There's a reference to the first movie that I lost my shit over.
It was really cool.
It was really cool. And again, you still didn't need to have seen the first movie. But if you had, it's the Easter egg.
It adds to it, right?
It's the
you had.
I would expect.
I like that kind of fan service where it's like, oh, I got something that it adds to my enjoyment if I had seen it. But if I hadn't seen it, I'm still enjoying the moment anyway. That's the kind of that's fan service done right.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll be back. Most of you will have seen it by a week from today.
I'm going to watch it. I think I owe it to Tom Cruise as the last movie star who like respects us and our time and our money and fucking hangs himself off of planes and whatever else crazy things he does.
What's he doing?
I'm going to almost kill myself for your ticket.
Speaking of that, by the way, Tom Cruise doesn't want to be known as the last movie star.
I call him that all the time.
Call him it all the time.
Tom Cruise doesn't get to make that decision.
Here he is on the X account for Entertainment Weekly. Here, I'll play this clip. Here he is, and let's just watch and comment.
Nobody gets people in the seats of movie theaters like Tom Cruise. Am I right, y'all? You have been called great movie star.
Look, I don't want to be. I think there's so many other talented actors out there that I want to see them crush it.
I thought it was such a lovely moment. Michael B. Jordan popping up at the UK premiere. Michael, of course, is a huge fan of yours.
I'm a huge fan of his. That man and those guys, Kugler, that Film Centers is amazing.
Just have that showmanship of support out there on the carpet. We see two powerhouse actors out there showing up for each other. What does it mean? That's what we need to have happen.
Yeah, it's going to be a great summer of movies. Got the John Wick series with Keanu and Anna, and they're going to do Ballerina.
I can't wait.
They got Brad with Formula One. I'm looking forward to going and everybody having a good show.
Nobody gets.
So I don't know. I love this. Tom Cruise should be elected the president of Hollywood.
Hollywood on his shoulders. You should just have a statue of him.
I mean, what do you think about this? See, this is great. He's so gracious. He's saying, okay, yes, I've done things. Thank you for the compliment. But look at this movie and this. And he's excited about other movies. And he's a cheerleader for the industry. We need that. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Remember when humility used to be a thing?
Yeah.
It's this humility that makes him iconic.
I just remember Hollywood tried to crush him because he got too excited talking about his wife on Oprah Winfrey a few years ago, and
the antidepressants, but he was kind of right about those too. So
sure,
sorry, Tom.
I mean, maybe he was a little out of it, but here's the thing: it's like they went after this guy like to the point of really trying to end his career, and this is the guy literally saving Hollywood right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Spielberg told him he saved cinema when 2 years ago.
I mean, kind of, didn't he?
He did.
What do you need to be the next movie star? Like, do you need more?
Can't just be a talented actor.
Tom Cruise did so many different types of movies. He wasn't just in one thing. He was in so many different,
mostly action, romance, and sci-fi, and a couple of political thrillers. He only did one comedy, really, and he should do more because he was really good in that.
No, I mean,
was it Jerry Maguire?
Cocktail was more like a kind of a romance thing, but it was kind of funny. Nowhere near like Tropic Thunder, what he was doing there. Like that's a thing that he should experiment more with because he can deliver on it. The other part
I'm talking about the next movie star, like the guy he's saying, like he's done a lot. Mm-hmm. The next movie star needs to do a lot.
Like Glenn Powell's good looking and strong and young and all that, but like, does he have the charisma to be?
He needs
the
more
next
movies
time.
under
Can
his
he
belt.
do comedy? I think he can do comedy. He can do action. I don't know. I don't know what. And do we need movie stars? It seems like now directors are the stars. Like we'll go and watch a director's movie more than we'll watch somebody like Brad Pitt or something's in a movie. It's like, okay, I didn't see Ad Astra.
Or the product is the star. Batman is the star. I don't give a fuck who plays him, but Batman is the star.
Yeah.
Type
Well,
of
we
thing.
do need stars because they can actually get movies that are not IP dependent, people excited for them and get them into the seats. And we haven't had real movie stars for a long time. And they've made efforts. I mean, Bradley Cooper was big for a very short spell, but it also didn't hold much. Tom Cruise has been pretty consistent. Yeah, you mentioned Glenn Powell. He's on the rise, but he's also 35. So he can play a young, strapping guy for at least another 10, 20 years. But how long is that really going to last overall? We have Henry Cavill, who's got a very passionate fan base for him, but sadly, when he's not in an IP-driven film, nobody really wants to show up and watch it. So yeah, we're kind of stuck in this weird limbo of like, where's the next kind of generation of talent? And Tom Cruise is desperately trying to pass the torch on. Like he mentioned, Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan's a great actor, and I can't wait to see him in more stuff. But like, we need other people of his contemporary age to kind of take charge and lead the way. But I don't think there's enough agents in town that want to do that. And I definitely know that there's not enough executives in town that want to do that because they don't want to be beholden to the talent. They want to be the ones that are all powerful, all seeing, all manipulative of Hollywood and the audience.
But we also have to define what is a movie star, right? Like,
that's a good point, by the way.
How do we define that today, right?
To me, it's
Well, I was gonna say, because back in the day, we had Schwarzenegger and Stallone. Those guys were movie stars.
Well, you go to the movies to see that actor, regardless of the movie.
Right.
Yeah. To watch those guys.
So it doesn't matter what the movie is. If they're in it,
we're watching
an Alan Ng movie.
Yeah. So who's that person now that just because they're in it, we're going to go watch
Keanu Reeves, but like there's very few.
Tom Cruise.
There are very few actors right now.
Page.
Like guys in their 50s, right? Like where's the
guys already?
Right. Where's the 20s? Is it Timothy Chalamet? Am I going to any Timothy Chalamet movie? I don't know.
There's a big enough audience that will. Maybe not us. Let's see.
But Tom Cruise, you can really sense that he absolutely loves what he does.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if the movie and it's a collaborative effort. I think like when he's marketing this movie right now, he even said that he's like, it's not just my movie. We all made this movie. It's a whole collaborative effort. So like you can tell like he absolutely loves movies. He loves watching movies. He loves making movies. He loves doing all of the stunts in his movies. He loves what he does. And a lot of the up and coming actors love being adored by fans. Like they're in these movies because they know that it's going to get them attention and a bigger career. So like they love what comes with it. And so they'll do the job to get the perks as opposed to doing the job because they absolutely love what comes with the job. Like they love acting. I mean, you don't go into this not loving acting, of course, but I along the way, they sort of like lose that.
That's what Jodie Foster said, that all the new actors that she works with, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to put the time in because they don't actually want to be there. They just want the accolades.
Spielberg mentioned that like actors will show up to set with their sides, like just because they care more about influencers, social media adulation. That's why I hate to say this, that's why I think British actors succeed so well in American productions. They are disciplined. The training,
it's their lines memorized.
Yeah, you said it, Alan. Work ethic.
Yep.
I'll say this. Maybe the male movie star is falling, but I think female movie stars like Jenna Ortega, I think she's a star if she keeps doing what she's doing. She's got a great work ethic. She's out there making movies and she's staying out of the political game. I like her. And then honestly, Sydney Sweeney. All right. Listen, I'll go and see any Sydney Sweeney movie that's out there right now because she again knows, she understands, hey, I'm a sexy blonde bombshell. I'm gonna keep doing that. And I'm all in.
Yeah. All right. Related here. No, wait, one last thing I'll say about this. Tom Cruise pointed out a bunch of people. Brad Pitt in F1, which Alan, you and I saw the first.
Yeah, I'm excited
10
about
minutes. Amazing. Michael B. Jordan. These are all the people he mentioned don't really involve themselves in politics. And, there was that famous journalist at Cannes that tried to bait Tom Cruise into a Trump tariff. And he just said, we're here to talk about the movie. He knows that he's basically by his actions trying to say, here's how we bring people back, build an industry, right? This is we stay focused on, hey, we're filled with gratitude and put out good movies people want to see.
And you know what? He wasn't rude about it. He answered them very, politely. He just said, "Hey, you know what? We'd rather just talk about the film." That's all you have to do.
Conversely, a Pedro Pascal will take any opportunity to spout politics, and I think it's really sad to see.
Is this the gayest film threat? I think it's the gayest film threat. I've heard that from several people.
I just love the look on Joaquin Phoenix's face while Pedro was talking. Because he was just like, "Dude, please shut up." Did
you see Joaquin waving and then Pedro put his hand down because he was afraid he would get "My heart goes out to you"?
Yeah,
because we can't wave anymore or gesture.
On tariffs, Wes Anderson spoke about the tariffs. And it's just he could have gone the way of Tom Cruise and been like, well, I'm not going to answer that. Let's keep the focus on something else. But no, he didn't. He ended up answering the question.
Well, there's even a way to answer it, to kind of dismiss it. Just say, hey, I'm for anything that will help this industry, help American films. And that's it. You're not taking a position. You're just saying anything we can do to help the industry, because there are people really hurting in California right now.
Oh yeah.
And it's, I don't think it will get better anytime soon.